Wow, you made it. Glad to see you again. Okay, so we're going to start this tour in true property vlogs fashion. Welcome to another installment of property vlogs. Show you a bit of context over there. We are at the part of development called the Villas on the Green, and this is Woodgate, which is by Thakeham. So where is this located? West Sussex, and we are here to tour this beautiful house behind us, which is the villa house type, and it's style 2. So what's so special about this house, you ask us, hypothetically speaking? Well, apart from the fact that it looks absolutely stunning, it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom property. It's approximately 2,184 square feet. It's got a roof terrace, which is approximately 305 square feet. It's got a drive-through garage, which when I counted it, has space for 3 vehicles. It's got a nice garden at the back. And did I mention it's 3 stories with an amazing gable at the top? Glass and louvers, materials are just so beautiful on this property, and it's currently listed for £965,000. So if you want to know anything more, it's accessible via a link in the description. But let's look at the outside. So looking at the outside of this property, you can see there's buff brick on the bottom, there's blue brick in the middle, and then there's those louvers and metal cladding at the top floor. It's just so interesting. There's so much detailing going on. We've got this cantilevered porch canopy over here, so it's great for protecting you from the rain, a little contemporary column, and space for planting at the front. And I love the little this kind of area here with nice little boundary, discreet and private for you in your front garden. The windows are grey on the outside and then white on the inside. But talking about the inside, let's start the tour and let's go straight in. So welcome to my beautiful contemporary Nordic Scandi inspired home. Wow. Okay, now that we're in the hallway, the first thing I want to point out, I'm absolutely loving the fact that they've got this protective matting, which is going from wall to wall. It's such a large amount as well, and it's great for not protecting the floor, and it stops you bringing in dirty shoes into the house. So you just kick off the shoes here, and then obviously this beautiful Antico luxury vinyl tile flooring can be protected. What are we seeing in the hallway? First impression is obviously going to be your front door, which has this frosted panel to the side of it, brings in lots of natural light into this hallway, but also has privacy. So when you're walking up, going upstairs, coming downstairs, you don't have to be worried that, you know, people can see right into your house. You've got your viewfinder there, you've got your security features, and it's all done in a chrome. And I like the the contemporary paneling. It's a bit traditional. I mean, some people view this type of paneling traditional, but I think it's been done in a very kind of tasteful way. In terms of our architraves and skirting boards, I just want to mention those. So the architraves are done in this kind of simple square edge beveled feature. It's like a shadow gap feature, and then it connects to the skirting board as well, and that's the way it goes around the whole of the house. Coming into the main hallway, can you see the span of the hallway? It's more than 5'1", which is basically my height. It's more than my arm span, and definitely spacious. Ceiling height is gorgeous. I absolutely love it. It's going to be more than 2.4 because I do have an eye for these things, and 2.4 tends to be your standard ceiling height, and this definitely feels very, very nice. It doesn't feel kind of squashed or low. So I'm just thinking in terms of the hallway, let's go into the first room that you're going to see when you come inside. So this room has been staged as a bedroom, and what a fantastic idea. I always talk about this. I always say that let's future-proof the homes. Think about the future. If you have any mobility constraints, this is fantastic. You can just come into this cozy room and not feel like you have to that you've been left from the rest of the house. It's got an ensuite as well, which I'll show you in a second, but let's go through this room. Obviously it fits a double bed here, 2 bedside tables. It does not feel squashed at all. Opposite the bed, there's a lovely space for a dresser or a TV if you're a TV watcher. But here's what I like to see, which is this large picture window here. This is fantastic, absolutely gorgeous. It has an opening light here, so this opens, great for ventilation. We see trickle vents as well, and the best thing is obviously flood this space with so much light. I absolutely love it. Let's talk about the doors and ironmongery. We don't want to forget to talk about the doors. So the doors in this development are very kind of classic. They're white single panel doors, and then the Nordic inspiration is reflected in these kind of monochromatic themes. So you've got this very modern and well, modern and contemporary, you use those words a lot, but the handle and the hinges kind of contrast beautifully with the white. I think it's like a satin effect, so it's between gloss and matte, basically satin effect painted door. And as soon as you close that door, I'm not even closed it, but so quiet, lovely. I would love this room. Also, before I forget, every room on the downstairs is actually heated individually via underfloor heating, including this carpeted one. That's a nice little thing to know. And then we transition into the ensuite, which I've been talking about. Beautiful ensuite, absolutely fantastic, heated towel rail in a jet black finish. Again, the monochromatic theme is carried throughout all of the fittings. And just to let you know, this comes as standard. Now keep that in mind. Let's count how many times I say this comes as standard. So this is a Geberit toilet with a hidden cistern. That's the kind of the high gloss, well actually it looks like glass really, but really beautiful faceplate to that for the flushing system. You've got your kind of brushed chrome or stainless steel edging strips to all the tile work here. All the tiles are by Porcelanosa as well. That's just fantastic. A shaver socket in this kind of beautiful, I'll talk more about that later on, but essentially, yeah, that's beautiful. It's like a black nickel effect. You've got a large mirror, spotlights there, and spotlights above, ventilation because there's no window here. So there will be a system turning in the air. Recycling the air, and then we've got a large walk-in shower, and the transition into the shower is so seamless. I love it. It's really big. And then isn't this fantastic? You've got a rain head feature there and a handheld one, all by Vado, which is a designer brand. And then there's an additional cubby hole here, a recessed shelf for your toiletries. That's the word. Guys, I know I normally focus on the architecture, but in this development, I am also going to touch on wherever I see beautiful staging. Isn't this just gorgeous? This is just beautiful. It gives you an idea of what you can make of the space as well. Wallpaper is beautiful. Everything beautiful. Going to be using that a lot. Back in the hallway, again, you can see the size of it. Next room I want to show you is this one. The door opens this way, so you're going to have to come round. So next room is here. This is your downstairs toilet. It's an internal room, so there's no window in it, but there is a very efficient extract system in here. Again, Geberit toilet with the hidden cistern, so all the flushing equipment is behind this tiled wall. Wallpaper is stunning. Sink here as well with the tiling behind it, and there's a mirror. That's decor. So guys, the mirror doesn't come with it, but everything else, the tiling and the white goods, sanitary ware, they come with the property and are already included in the price. So again, for every part of the ground floor is individually temperature controlled, so you can determine what this is going to be in the hallway. This next space is your storage area, and it's got the underfloor heating manifold in there. That's where you put your, you know, security, your telecoms, your internet, all that stuff can go under there, making good use of under the stairs. And then let me just show you this room quickly. This is a utility, and it all makes sense because the utility is right next to the garage, and we can actually show you the garage today, which is fantastic. Sometimes we don't have access into that. So we've got storage under here. This is a laminate worktop with a square edge. We've got AEG appliances. Now the appliances, they come as standard, but if they're the actual specification of the appliances may be an upgrade. So this is all the way around with a stainless steel sink in a 1.5 ball, window in front of the sink as well, which is fantastic. And then the boiler is in there as well. I'll just show you really quickly. And then that's it there. More storage there. Right, so actually, Brian, zoom up on this. Isn't that fantastic? I just love the detail on the handles. Just little touches like that. So in the utility, you don't actually have the black nickel face plates. You have the standard white ones, but remember, this is a functional room. All the other rooms have that beautiful touch. So come into here and I'll show you the access to the garage. So through this secure door, you've got your garage, which has, let me go inside and show you. It has a electric garage door. Isn't that great? And also this is the access to the garden. So if you just look over there through those shutters, that's your access to the garden from the front of the house. And it's an additional space. Obviously you can store bikes in there, whatever you want in there. And it's got a light in there. Fully functional space. Sorry about the noise. So let's go back into the main hallway and let's look at the main space on this floor for entertaining. This is a beautiful snug, could be an office, a cinema room, a dining room, whatever you want it to be. I think this is really beautifully staged, and I probably would make this maybe like a you know what, I would keep it the way it is. I was going to say dining room, but you'll see why I'm not gone with a dining room just yet. So in this beautifully staged space is access to your garden through this gorgeous bifold door. Bifolding doors, they've been opened, they're white on the inside, grey on the outside, so the theme, you know, that monochromatic theme is being carried through. As you can see, there's lots of planting here. The planting is an upgrade, but the lawn and the paving is standard across all the villas. So that's beautiful, guys. And actually, can we go outside and we'll show you the garden tour? Yeah? So let me just quickly show you the garden tour. As you come outside, you can see there's brick walls to some of the sides, and there's timber panels depending on what plot you choose. It's quite a nice size, isn't it? And remember, we do have that bonus roof terrace as well. So this is fantastic to have this as a gardening space, you know, vegetable plots, and also just an activity space. This is the other side of the carport as well, where you can come through. Yep. And there's also more space for that parking there. So potentially up to 3 vehicles can park here if you wanted to. And you can just see the back of the house there. And what I wanted to show you, these outdoor lights on PIR sensors, they come with the property along with the tap and the electric sockets there. So let's go back inside and I'll show you the rest of the house. Okay. So one of the things I absolutely love about this development and these specific bespoke villas is this gorgeous solid wood kind of I was going to say handrail balustrading. Isn't this just fantastic? It's wooden, so it's a bit traditional in terms of material, but it's done in a modern and beautiful style. This comes as standard. Yep, fitted wall lights come as standard, and the carpets, which are woolen carpets, beautiful. And as we walk upstairs, you're probably thinking, this is really bright and airy. We've got spotlights, and then this room. Let me show you what you didn't know you were waiting for, but you've all been waiting for. This is your entertainment space on this first floor. This is just incredible, isn't it? Through the double doors with the glazed panels, we've got our living room, our living space, and isn't that just great? So let's talk about what we've got. We've got a rectangular shaped room with a Juliet balcony, an opening window on this side. Let me just show you Juliet balcony, and look at that. Wow, isn't that great? And I love the fact that they've gone with a glass balustrade, which basically means that you just have views of the green. And that is what puts the villas on the green, you know, the name. That's what makes it the villas on the green. I'm not sure if I've explained that right, but you know what I mean. So let's close that off. That's beautiful fresh air. Like I said, you've got the window as well to that side. You've got nice ceiling heights again on this first floor. You've got space for a 3-seater, probably an armchair, entertainment area over there, and more furniture over here. On the first floor, we have radiators, and on the second floor, we have radiators, but that's pretty common as well, and conventional, I should say. And then again, these black nickel sockets and switches. I absolutely love that touch. So coming back into the hallway, you can see that this staircase is pretty much the feature of this hallway, this landing area, and you can look down. It's somewhat of a gallery landing type of arrangement, but again, just being in that lounge on the first floor is just incredible. Now let's move on with the tour. Let's show you the first room, proper room, which is the family bathroom. Here through the family bathroom, you can see this bespoke medicine cabinet that comes as standard. Isn't that great? And you've got your bath, which has a shower over bath as well. The black fixtures. This is so unique as well. You don't get this a lot. It takes a lot of effort to source a black glass divider as well, and a black bathtub, because it's not your standard. The tiling as well is by Porcelanosa, and you've got a heated towel rail as well. And I love the transition strip, which is so minimal. Very, very, very tastefully done. Bedroom number 1 over here is again a gorgeously proportioned double. Love the headboard. You can just see the oversized headboard just shows you kind of the space. You know, if you have smaller pieces of furniture, you can tell sometimes that the room's not actually a good size. This is a very, very good size. I love it. So bedside tables either side, radiator, and then a large picture window overlooking your beautiful garden over here. What a fantastic view. And just looking across the other developments, you know, it just looks really, really beautiful. Elevated. We've got our fitted wardrobes by Amari. That is fantastic. So designer wardrobes, perfect, move in ready. And then they're flush with the wall, so it doesn't eat into the space of the bedroom at all. You still maintain a nice rectangular shape. And then again, of course, we have the ironmongery, the doors, and the ironmongery in that monochromatic look. And then walking over here, this is where your hot water cylinder lives. This is your basically your amazing mega flow system that powers all the thermostatic showers. So no electric showers, which is great. And then another staircase, which we'll show you in a second. But let's go into room number 2. Room number 2 is staged as a twin bedroom. Whenever you see 2 beds in a room, you know you can fit probably a king size or a double in here with 2 bedsides. So it's a very multifunctional room. Otherwise, it could be a home study or office or playroom or nursery. You've got space over there for a dresser or TV, and then you've got your window, again the same kind of style windows you had before, large picture window with an opening light on the other side looking over your absolutely gorgeous garden. So now I'm going to go over there and we're going to pan around, look over our staircase at this room. So over here is your primary bedroom. Absolutely gorgeous. Brian, this is just stunning. I love this. This picture frame is great. But again, let's not get distracted by the decor. What are we looking here? So we obviously have a large king size bed and a large bench at the bottom of it. Now, you could definitely fit a super king in here because of the size of the furniture that's here already. I'm confident you can fit larger pieces. So to the primary suite, I just want to point out, I absolutely love this. Each side has this, which is a control of the lighting fixture. So when you're in bed, you don't have to get out of bed to press the light switch. That is a luxury detail. A lot of people might think it's a bit lazy, but trust me, when you have one, it's amazing. You know, you're drifting off in bed and you can just switch off the lights and go to sleep. Simple. So you've got 2 bedside tables either side, the large picture window again, space at the foot of the bed, at least a meter, you know, and then views as well of the green. And then you've got 2 rooms either side. And I'm wondering, should we go in that room or that room? Let's go in that room. So in this room, you can see this is your walk-in wardrobe area. It goes all the way to the ceiling. Again, the furniture, the wardrobes are by Amari. And you can just see that there's light coming in because there's also another window facing the green, which is great. That is fantastic. I absolutely love that. Let's go to the next space. So over here is your ensuite, as you've probably guessed, and it's a 4-piece suite. Absolutely fantastic. They haven't skipped on the bathtub. There is a bathtub here, guys. Oh, it smells really nice too. So we've got your black heated towel rail. You've got gorgeous tiling by Porcelanosa done in a wood grain effect. So I know that could probably throw some people off, but that is a ceramic tile on the floor, completely waterproof. It's just a nice little twist, isn't it? And then you've got the recessed shelf in there, similar quality of fittings as we've seen earlier. You've got your shelf above this hidden cistern for the toilet, and then the designer white goods by Vardo. The tap is by Vardo, and the white goods are by Geberit. Sorry guys, Geberit does the white goods, the sink, the toilet, and then the designer face plates, the valves, the showers are all by Vardo, and it's fully tiled in porcelanosa. Just designer, and these known names are being used across this development. Let's keep moving. And now I can take you to the top floor. Now, usually the top floor is kind of like they use the leftover space. Now, I'm going to build a bit of suspense. You tell me what you think. Is this an afterthought? Oh yes, also, there's a window facing the garden, which is great. Now, I'm just going to stand to one side and let you have a look at that. Be my guest. Be my guest. Wow. Okay, so before we go and do the tour of that space, let's just look at what we're looking at. This is, again, the classic style that we saw downstairs of this very, very dark grey, almost black balustrading all the way down. And you can see there we've got a slot window. What a contemporary finish. I love that. You know, it's just another opportunity to get light into the space. And then I'm going to show you on this floor, there's actually a toilet, a powder room here. I love calling it a powder room. I know it's a more American term, but I love it. It kind of fits the fact that this isn't just a toilet. It's more than a toilet. You've got beautiful designer fittings, radiators, so it's nice and toasty in here, hidden cistern there with a little shelf for decor, wallpaper that's stunning and enhances the space, tiling, and then a sink and a mirror, and it's a good size. And why do we need a toilet? Because this is your entertainment space. Wow. This is the entertainment space of all entertainment spaces. Wow, I'm just thinking, can the camera actually show this? And you know what? I just don't even know where to start. I'm just wondering, where should we start? Should we start in the kitchen? Should we start in the dining room? Let's start in the kitchen. We're going to start in the kitchen and try and process everything that's happening in this space. This space is so groovy. I'm going to use that vintage term. I'm in love with this space. Why am I in love with this space? Well, this is genuine stone worktop. All the worktops here are genuine stone, beautiful, and it's a type of stone that's really durable. If we find the name, we'll put it in. Otherwise, it's in the description. You'll be able to find what type of stone it is. But we do know that it is one that is really resistant to stains, which is fantastic. So don't be put off because it's white. We've got a contrast between the white part of the kitchen with the dark grey part, and look at these handles. These are incredible. Again, we're not skimping on details. We're really going and looking at all the details here. The storage over here, we've got double oven over here, 70-30 ratio in the fridge here, storage underneath. We'll show you that room in a second. Looking at the kitchen over here, we've got, again, the worktop again. We've got the tiling. This is all standard, so you don't have to think about tiling this yourself. This comes with a property. This comes with a property. This comes with a property. That comes with a property. Vardo tap as well with a sink by Rangemaster, 1.5 ball. And then you've got the upstand, and there it tiled, and then you've got window as well facing the rest of the development, and it's great to have that right in front of the sink. Makes washing up way much more fun, trust me, I know. And then you've got induction hob there, great. So you've got that by AEG, and then you've got your bank of sockets and your you know, for isolating the appliances there, your switches there, which is great. Storage, you can't see that. Storage, wow, just incredible. And then the dishwasher over here, I'll show you that really quickly. Electrolux, fabulous, and more storage under here. You can see all on soft closers. I love this kitchen island. It functions as a breakfast bar as well. And I love the way the worktop cantilevers over it, over this side. Just the staging is incredible. 3 seats, it's fantastic. And then this as well, this frame comes with the property, but the pendant fittings don't come with the property. So those are for you to choose. And did I mention, no I did not, but I will now, those Velux lights are actually electrically controlled. So you don't have to get out like a big pole and try and like fidget with it. Just press a button behind the door and they open. Fantastic. Let's just go, and whilst we're still talking about the kitchen, let's talk about this space, which is the pantry. This is the pantry, guys. It's a full walk-in pantry with just endless possibilities of what you want to do with it. There's obviously space to do something down there in this corner, but they've showed you what you could do with it, and this comes with it as standard again. So let's look at this main space. So that's the kitchen behind us. This is now the dining space, currently shown as a 6-seater, but obviously it could be an 8. I think you can get a 10-seater in here. Depending on where your priorities lie, you could definitely upsize this and then downsize other things to try and, you know, make it all feel really cozy together. You've got the snug area here, another living area, creates a really nice moment. And then if you haven't seen it already, isn't this glazed feature just incredible? And it's not just to look at, guys, it's also functional, as in, not functional as in, yeah, it is functional. You can walk into it, and I'm just going to demo this for you so you can just get, you know, some views again. When they say villas on the green, they really give you ample opportunity to look at the development. Opposite the villas, you've got a hospice there. You've got views of Tilgate Forest as well from here as well. It's just a peaceful and serene place to be. So that's lovely. And as soon as that's closed, this space is so quiet. Not that it was noisy before, but you know, the breeze and the birds, if you want to let that in, you can, but you can also have a fully zen space. There's radiators in this space. And did you notice what these black boxes are? Mood lighting. I love it. So they're ambient lighting, they're in white, and obviously normally that would be an upgrade. These come as standards for this property. Just mention that again. And you can fit a lot of furniture here. If you wanted, maybe you could have your dining here instead of sofas, but I love the way they've done the arrangement because the dining leads into your outdoor roof terrace. Again, I'd like just to highlight the transition from inside to outside. I love that, from like a wood effect to a stone effect. I love that. And you know, you don't see the plumbing and the gutters because it's all being designed into the floor. You've got the bifolding door as well, so you have a clear opening completely. And then this is kind of the modern part of the property as well at the very top. You've got the dining opportunity here as well. I love the staging, and then it's so private because this the height of this wall, and also how you have like the screening with the planting over there. You've got more seating over here, but again, this is staging. This can be whatever you want. Do you want to do yoga on a sunny day? You can do it in here. You can practice, you can do exercise here. You can just basically take it all in, have your morning coffee here. It's just great. And then again, views of the green, and then the glass balustrades really allow you to get uninterrupted views. I love that. And again, I know you probably already spotted it, but there are vaulted ceilings to this space. So with that all being said, that is fantastic. That is pretty much the end of the internal tour of this property. It's been so fun touring this with you, and I hope you saw something that is comment worthy, because I'd like to see it and read it below. Most of all, subscribe before you leave this video, and one of our other videos will pop up soon. But before you leave, we'd like to say thank you to Thakeham for inviting us to tour this property. It's been great, and yeah, hopefully we'll show you some more videos any second now. Welcome to another installment of Property Vlog. I'm so excited to show you this gorgeous house type behind me. We're at the Woodgate development by Thakeham, and essentially what we're here to show you is this gorgeous townhouse. It's 3-story And it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom townhouse. It's beautifully clad and you can just see it behind me. And I'm just going to go straight into the tour. But before I do, actually, all the specification, like the pricing, the size of it, and also the little details, they're all going to be accessible via link in our description. So let's get straight into the tour. What we're looking at is this contemporary meets traditional porch canopy. I really like the timber posts on it, and you've got a bit of lawn in front of it. And then here we are at the front door of the property. I just love kind of how striking the materials are. You've got this kind of wood effect cladding, black contrasting against the brickwork, and then you've got a grey modern front door with a vision panel in the middle. And I'm going to invite you to come inside and welcome. So this is what you'd see on this amazing, lovely, sunny, bright day. We're now in our hallway, quiet, peace and quiet. So the first impression is obviously we've got our door. The hallway is a nice size. We've got the protective matting on the floor, protecting you from this flooring, which looks like it's a luxury vinyl tile. And then we've obviously got the vision, the frosted panel, letting in lots of light in the front door. To your left, my left, your right, is the first room, the most important room for your guests, which is the downstairs toilet. It's a 2-piece suite. You can see it's got a hidden cistern. Let me just move in and show you. Hidden cistern in the toilet and a window which has got privacy film on top. I love that. So coming back to the hallway, the next room is this over here, which is the kind of cloak / store. It's got all the kind of technical bits, the consumer unit, that's where your internet and telecom would be. And before I kind of move too far into the hallway, I'm just going to show you this room over here, which is your front room, your front lounge. The front lounge, fantastic size, dual aspect. It's got a bay window facing the side of the property, which is kind of the front actually, because the main road is that way. And then we've got another bay window facing the other front / side of the property, which is the private drive. I love the dual aspect. It floods the space with so much light, and because they're square in shape, they're actually very practical. You can definitely put like a window seat there. When you put a window seat there, guys, I think we should see more window seats, cushions, and you can just read a book in the light. So rectangular plan, you've got your focal point over here. I think that's probably where I would put it. And then you've got generous size furniture. This looks like it's a 4 or 5-seater, and there's another one over there. Now let's go back to the hallway and I will show you what else we've got. So facing this way, we've got our staircase going to the first floor and another mystery door, which is going to take you to your storeroom. I love the fact that there's a light in that cupboard, and there's a switch on the right hand side. Let me just turn it on and show you, because you may not believe me, and look how practical that is. Now, dark before, not very usable, thinking spiders, cobwebs, and then you turn the light on and it's a practical space that you will definitely use. But with that being said, come into this beautiful open plan. It is open plan kitchen dining space. So we've got a 6-seater over here, and then we've got our U-shaped kitchen, and I love the color palette and the specification of the kitchen. In terms of what we're looking at real stone worktops. That's fantastic. I love the way they feel. And this particular stone, even though it's brightly colored, we were told that it's actually very, very, it's impenetrable in terms of water. Water doesn't go into it and stains don't go into it as much. At the top level, we've got these kind of, they're not white, they're almost white in color. I hope the camera picks it up. And we've got brushed stainless steel handles to it. We've got AEG extract fan above an induction hob there, also by AEG. And then we've got drawers underneath. So this one opens. I'm not sure this one will. Oh, it does. It's a cutlery drawer. Isn't that just stunning? Fantastic. And then I like the recessed LED strip lighting. Just adds a bit of a glow to it. And I believe this is the boiler, which is a Logic System S18 boiler. Love it. So moving round. Now we're in the sink area. Horizontal handle always means, or 9 times out of 10, it's a dishwasher, guys. Electrolux. And then I love this large 3-pane window in front of our sink, looking over the private drive and the green space and the amenities. So this house, again, is within walking distance to Tilgate Forest, and there's a nature walk. There's just so many green spaces around here. And then also the villas on the green, which is another tour, guys, that we did previously, is actually just over there. And if you like this one, make sure you check that out because that is just superb. So the kitchen keeps going round. We've got more storage at the top. Fantastic staging. It's like someone lives here. There's like bowls and things in there. Storage, double oven, fridge, freezer, and a 70-30 arrangement. Again, this is what a fridge looks like. Electrolux there, Electrolux. And then the dining table here. And this is where I'm going to show you your outdoor space, which you can access via these double doors. So UPVC doors, very good quality as well. They don't feel flimsy. Welcome to your garden space. Again, you've got just amazing, amazing details here. You've got the black cladding wood effect. It's not wood, it's actually more durable. It's probably a composite material, which means that you won't have to repaint it. Isn't that great? Low maintenance. We've got the lights, they come as standard, the window, everything kind of works really well together. And then the garden as well has this amazing garden pod. Now, I don't believe this is a standard, and in fact, it's not going to be standard, but it's great to have it. So inside here, we've got a little home office, but it could be whatever you want, a yoga studio. I sound so bougie right now, but really indulge yourself if you can. So this is the garden. It's landscape with lots of planting, but a standard show home, not a standard show home, a standard home would just have lawn and paving. There's change in level, so you can see there's paving down here, and then the pond would not come as standard. Again, that's probably good in a way because you can add that on if you want to, or not have that maintenance if you don't like it. And then down this way, we've got access to the front of the property, which we'll show you really quickly. So you can see down there, and there's a little bit of space there for storage, and then your garage is over there. So that is our mini garden tour. Let's head back inside and continue the tour. So on the inside of the doors, they're painted white. On the outside, they're painted grey. So it's a dual tone door because we're going super contemporary on the outside, but a little bit more traditional on the inside. Downstairs in this property, we've got radiators. I'd just like to point that out because Thakeham do underfloor heating on some of their other properties, and it's worth asking the question. But let's go upstairs. So I like this solid wooden handrail and balustrade, I should say, and the carpeted treads, lovely. And here we are on the first floor. So where should we start? Let's start with this room. Actually, there's a mystery door before we start with this room. Through here, oopsies, we've got your hot water cylinder, which basically, I mean, that looks like a heavy duty piece of equipment. It's going to power your thermostatic showers. Through here, we've got the family bathroom. It's a three-piece suite, and you've got a towel rail on the back of it as well. Fully tiled, beautiful tiling in a marble effect, large tub. The shower as well has a handheld device at the top, mirror, and then hidden cistern. Beautiful, beautiful white goods in there by Geberit, which is a fantastic toilet making brand, sanitary ware brand. And then the next room is this one. It's a single bedroom because of the size, but if you kind of pan round, think about putting, you could definitely put a double bed up to where this chest of drawers, yeah, bedside table is, and then another bedside table next to it, beautifully staged as a, I would say a kid's bedroom. Another space there maybe for a wardrobe, or you want it over here, window facing your private drive, and then another space for wardrobe. We are having to store more and more clothes these days, so it's always good to see that. And then this is fantastic. Come inside and I'll show you this primary suite. We've got this low level wall for privacy, and I just wonder where to kind of take the angle from. This kind of mimics what we're seeing downstairs in the main room as the dual aspect. We've got a window on that side facing the private drive, and window that way facing the front. This is a bay window, which creates a feature. It's great. I like the way they've staged it. And then through these doors, it's kind of more traditional, what are they called? Sorry, wardrobe system. So through here, we've got your wardrobes, and you can close them away. Floor to ceiling wardrobes there. It's actually staged as well. There's clothes inside. I love the attention to detail. And you've got your bed in the middle, space for maybe an ottoman, a chest of drawers underneath, and then huge oversized lamps and bedside tables either side. Proportion wise, this space is fantastic. The bed is just so lush. I really love it. You couldn't have a massive headboard because of that low level wall, but I like the way it divides sleeping space away from this space, which is your ensuite. So this is your ensuite. It's a 3-piece suite. You've got your shower over there, and it is a really nice size. It is not small by any means. Like, it's a good size shower. Barely had to step in it. It's by Myra. It's a good brand. And also the chrome, the taps and the chrome is by Vado. Fantastic. And then there's a recessed shelf. And the detailing on the actual finishes is fantastic. It doesn't look sloppy at all. There's also a window here, a frosted window, so that's great for ventilation purposes, and a heated towel rail. I think this ticks all the boxes, plus a shaver socket. Now, bonus space. Let's go up to the second floor. Yes, guys, there is a second floor. Oh, wow. Brian, look at that. That's incredible. Wow. I love that. This is so good to see things like this. This is why this hallway is so bright. And this second floor is even more gorgeous. Wow, I can't wait for you to get up here. Wow. Oh my gosh, Brian, if you stand here and you look over there, you can see the forest, Tailgate Forest. Wow. That's one of the fantastic perks of living here. But now that we're in this staircase, you can actually almost see all the way to the ground floor and be like, hello down there. Welcome home. The property vlog tour is underway. Room number 1, well, actually this is room number 3, is over here. This is a large bedroom, definitely a large bedroom. Considering this is on the second floor, ceiling heights are fabulous. Dual aspect again, window facing that nature trail or that fitness walk, depending on what you want to call it. Just a fantastic opportunity to kind of go out and get some of the outdoors. We've got windows facing the private drive here, and then you can kind of see the villas on the green, the backs of them over there, which is great. Again, if we have the link available, we'll put the link so you can click and watch this video, but definitely don't click it yet. Wait till you get to the end of this video. And then there's space here for storage, wardrobes. It's just fantastic. Let's keep moving. We've got a toilet. We've got more than a toilet here. We've got a bathroom actually here. I was going to say ensuite, but it's actually a fully kitted out bathroom. A 3-piece suite, shower over bath with a glass folding glass screen. I'm getting the tongue twisted now. And then we've got marble effect tiling, and then toilet and your sink. And then, gosh, wow. This room has such a bit of a mood to it, doesn't it? It's such a mood. So coming into this room, we've got a large bed. It looks like a king size. If not, no, I'm not going to say super king. It's a very large bed with 2 bedside tables. Storage, you can imagine all across that back wall. They've obviously put a desk there, a wardrobe, and then you've got your window here, and there's still space for where this dormer comes out into the roof. You've got large window facing the side wall. So let's go back to one of my favorite spaces, this light-filled hallway, and finish the tour. Thank you so much for staying till the end. This has been great having you. If you liked something, I always like to read what people find interesting on these tours. So comment below and we'll try and reply. But most of all, subscribe so that you get notified when the next video is up. And if you like this and you want it to continue, well, click on one of these playlists or videos coming up, and we'll see you in the next one. Welcome to another installment of Property Vlogs. Today I'm so happy to show you this house behind me, or to my right actually. So we are in Newark, which is in East Sussex, and we are at the Berrycroft development by Thakeham Homes. This development boasts 39 beautifully designed, traditionally inspired homes with a host of different environmentally eco-friendly features such as hedgehog holes and wildlife highways, bird and bat boxes which are great for maintaining the biodiversity in the area, electric vehicle charge points to each home as standard, and high efficiency boilers and water saving taps throughout the property. So this property behind me is the Linchmere. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom property. Its approximate size is 954 square feet. And all the other stats and specs are going to be on the screen listed using editing magic. But stay with me. Let's talk about what we're looking at on the outside. So you've got this striking traditionally inspired home with the red roof tiles, which you don't typically see. You see the vertical hung tiles at the upper half of the property, and then you can see here you've got the flashing details underneath the windows, which I really love. A striking porch canopy, and then you've got the wooden posts either side of the porch, and then the brick plinths. So either side you've got a garden, a central entrance to the property, and I'm going to take you straight in for us to start the tour. So welcome home, come inside. Let's just close the door. Okay, now that we're inside, you can see the proportions of the hallway. It's a good sized hallway, and it actually opens up. It's L-shaped in plan. You've got the beautiful matting that I always talk about on the bottom of the floor, and then you've got that kind of threshold strip separating that durable matting from this lovely Antico flooring in a wood grain effect. The first door on this side is going to be the toilet, but before we go inside, we always like to talk about details in property vlogs. So let's talk about the details that we're looking at. Looking at the ironmongery and the door details, you've got this panelled effect here. So it's a very contemporary panelled effect. And then you can see the architraves around the doors have this beveled groove in the middle. And then you've got your skirting board also with like a groove. So it's a really nice pairing between the skirting board and the architrave. The front door itself has like a vision panel inside. I normally talk about the front door first, guys, but I just got so excited with the rest of the hallway and I can't wait to show you the rest of the house. But the front door has that vision panel, as you can see, the letterbox, the chrome ironmongery, and then you've got your white on the inside and grey on the outside. So back in the hallway, we've got spotlights above, but let's go straight into the first room. This is our downstairs toilet. I love the entry into this. They've continued the flooring. So you come straight into here. You've got your 2-piece suite. You've got your toilet and your sink by Gebrit. And then I love the hidden cistern detail. Gorgeous tiling by Porcelanosa. I love that. And this beautiful brushed, it looks like a brushed chrome edging strip to the tiling. And then they've continued that all the way into the windowsill. And then you've got that window bringing in so much natural light. And then the ventilation obviously into this space is fantastic to have. I love that. So that's the downstairs toilet. Let me just close that door. And now we're going to go in the living room. And guys, look, this is fantastic. Proportion wise, yes, again, it's a rectangular shaped floor plan. As you can see, you've got sofas either side, a large central coffee table, and then your focal point is here on the wall here. Gorgeous wallpaper, isn't it? I just hit that plastic plant. Gorgeous wallpaper, and I love the staging. It is beautiful. You've got your bay window over here, and it's like a square bay window looking over the countryside, and you can see that it's basically got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 opening lights to the window. So there's going to be lots of ventilation, lots of option for ventilation, and because it's quite a large bay window, box bay window, you can fit in the sofa nicely in here. It's dual aspect, so you've got views of the gorgeous countryside like I mentioned earlier, and then views over your access to your parking space as well on this side. And yes, guys, as you can see, it's a fantastic size. Let's go back into the hallway. Back in the hallway, and then I'm going to show you this room over here, which is your store cupboard. It's got stuff in it, as you'd expect, but it's got your consumer unit, and it's making the most out of that space underneath the staircase. And the staircase takes you all the way to the first floor, and it wraps around. It's almost like a U shape, actually. And yeah, this is your hallway. It's an L-shaped hallway, great size. And then let's go over here, and I'm going to show you this space, which is our open plan dining and kitchen space. And what a lovely space. And you can just see the sun flooding into the space. Makes me so excited. It's a dual aspect room, and I'm just wondering where to start. I think I'm going to start in the kitchen space. So the kitchen is a U-shaped formation. I think this is one of the most modern and contemporary kitchens I've seen, in the fact that it's completely handleless and it's tastefully done in this kind of like warm grey mauvish color. really warm, and it kind of bounces off light. Earlier on, it looked a bit like it had a bit of a warm tone, but now it's got a cool tone to it. It really does bounce off the light. You've got the recessed lighting strips all the way underneath, the back painted glass splashback, which is a really nice modern detail, a hidden extract fan just there, cleverly disguised, and then you've got your electric hob here by Electrolux, which is a known brand for appliances. Working methodically through the kitchen, let's start over here. We've got a fridge freezer, which is done a 70-30 arrangement. There you've got your inbuilt integrated appliance there, your oven. Love that. And any storage above and below. Wall mounted units, wall units are high level. But these are basically storage units, and they're all on soft closers, so there's no banging around. The worktop is done in this stone effect, but it's actually a laminate. I don't know if you caught that. It's got a slight rounded edge to it as well. But again, it's all tastefully done, and things like this can be chosen to tailor your kitchen exactly the way you want it to be. So that's that. Storage all the way above, storage all the way below, cutlery drawer here. Oops, I opened that a bit aggressively. Cutlery drawer there. And then you've got your storage appliance over here. And then here is where your dishwasher lives, and that's by Electrolux. And I just want to point out, we've got a 1.5 bowl sink, stainless steel sink with a mixer tap, and it looks over your gorgeous garden. We're going to show you a bit of the garden as well and put in the garden tour. But I love this large window, and both of these lights are opening, just brings so much fresh air and, you know, light into this space. We've got our dining area over here. It's currently shown as a 6-seater, but you know, you can put whatever size furniture you want, and you've got a window, a large window facing the front of your property. I love the size and the layout. Now let's go into the garden and I'll show you more. So we step down through the double doors into the garden. You see it's a lovely size. We've got a patio area over here, paving, slabs and lawn, and it is show home, so they've showed additional planting, additional trees, but it's completely what you make of it. There's access to the side this way through the timber fence, and you can see the back of the house from here, the beautiful vertical tiling, and you can see the brickwork from here. Let's go back inside into the kitchen, the dining room, and actually let me go upstairs. Now we're in the hallway. Okay, now we are on the first floor landing / upstairs. You can just see how beautiful and striking this hallway and this double height staircase is. It's like a U-shaped staircase, but it's very good at connecting the ground floor and the first floor together. And this wall here and this whole area, you can definitely make it a moment. Maybe have a chandelier coming down or a piece of art. But yeah, this is the landing. It feels very open because of that arrangement. And now I'm going to show you one of the bedrooms. As you can see, it's a really good sized bedroom. It's got a double bed with an oversized headboard, bedside tables either side, and then gorgeous views of the countryside. I mean, come on, take a look at that. How incredible is that? Wow. One of the benefits of this location and the Berrycroft development by Thakeham Homes, around the corner we've actually got an area currently staged with a dressing table, no, not a dressing table, a dresser and shelving. But that area, you can imagine, you can totally kit it out with wardrobes. The next room is over here. It's a single bedroom, dual aspect room. They've got a large day bed there, a large bed. Oh, I love this. The staging is stunning. Absolutely stunning. You can definitely add a double bed and fit a bedside table there as your child grows, assuming this could be a child's room, or this could be a playroom, cinema, nursery, study. I like to kind of be imaginative with it. You don't have to do whatever the staging says. It's just to give you an idea of what you can use in the room. And then again, like I said, it's dual aspect with gorgeous views over the countryside, over that way and over that way. And on a day like this, you just really are thankful for being able to experience the views. Coming back into the landing, we've got mystery door, and this mystery door is actually where your boiler lives. So it's an ideal boiler, and you can see that easily becomes a linen store. That's great. Next room is family bathroom. This is the family bathroom. It's a 3-piece suite with tiling by Portenosa. Again, that beautiful designer tiling in that marble natural stone effect. And then you've got your shower over bath over there, and then you've got your sink and your toilet with the hidden cistern fixtures, and then you've got your window bringing in lots of light in your towel rail. Back on the landing again. Now I'm going to show you the primary bedroom. So the primary bedroom, as you can see, is beautifully staged, absolutely stunning. I'm really, really impressed with this because the staging gives me such a good idea of what I can fit in here. And I know by looking at this, a king size bed would easily fit in here, an oversized headboard, large lamps, bedside tables either side, which is everything you want or would expect from a primary bedroom. You've got a large window at the back facing your private garden, so it's just really serene, cool, calm vibes when you're in this room. You've got over there in that corner a fitted wardrobe, which I love. So through these double doors you've got floor to ceiling wardrobe space, clothes rail and a clothes shelf already installed in there. That's great. And yeah, that's fantastic. The little nook here where the robes are shown can easily be where you've got a credenza or a little dresser there with a TV above if you're into watching TV. And then of course we've got our ensuite over here, which is a 3-piece suite ensuite. It's got your toilet, your sink by Geberit, tap, mixer tap by Vado, and then you've got the faceplate of the toilet there with the hidden system behind this beautiful shelf, this display shelf with the kind of the brushed chrome edging strip, and then the shaver sockets of course over there. We've got a towel rail over here. I love the white as well, very kind of like sleek as well. And then you've got your window with the 2 opening lights, like the frosting on that instead of the patterned glass. This is kind of really basically it completely obscures the view on that, and it filters the light coming through. And then you've got the shower, a large shower with a sliding door over there. I love that. So as an ensuite, it is pretty much what you would want in an ensuite. Great size, great position, and then natural light is an extreme bonus in my books. Thank you so much for following us on this tour. It's been really fun having you follow us all the way through. What was your favorite part of the house? Please leave it in the comments below, and like the video and subscribe. And yeah, click one of these links that's going to pop up to see another tour by Thakeham Homes, and keep an eye for more tours from us. All right, see you in the next video. Bye.